This video, I'm going to break down the raw behind the scenes of this lifestyle commercial that we shot for Barcelos Chicken. I'm going to show you guys the camera setup. I'm going to show you guys what lenses we chose. I'm going to break down the lighting that we used on set so you guys can see firsthand what we're doing on set to get this look. So sit back, relax, and I'll see you guys at the end of this video.
Hi, yes, my name's Jonik and I'm directing this project. I don't know, any other questions you have?
Hey guys, Mike and Taya here. I'm the gaffer on this show.
Is that good? Is that it?
He's Miguel, and my role
Boom, bada,
is
boom. One source lighting.
Chris's.
Boom, bada, boom.
We'll have the normal one for safety. No! My name is Sagar. I'm the producer of this project.
So we're gonna set up our first food shot here. This is gonna be like a tortilla wrap being wrapped up, and the camera's gonna pull out with a probe lens, and it's gonna look pretty cool. So we're just gonna kind of set up the background here. We're just trying to figure it out because it's quite a bit of a mess in here. Try to find the best background, and then we're gonna light it. So what we're doing right now, we're getting a close-up of the fries, getting salted. It's gonna look really good. And what we have right now, we have the top light, which is our key light, right? And then we got two tubes back here just to create some beautiful like blue edge here, some blue backlight. And then we just got a room opener right here just to kind of raise the fill and like raise the ambient light because it was a little too contrasty. And yeah, very simple, two backlights, but equals one backlight. And then we got our light mat as our key light, top light, just so that it gets over this edge here so it doesn't create any weird shadows. And then it kind of like, makes this these fries really pop here in the frame. Yeah, so super easy. So this is one of my favorite tools. It's a menace arm. This is actually a junior boom, but it's similar to a menace arm. Only difference is a menace arm could be longer and you would have like ratchet straps just like holding the center weight of it. But this is a great fast tool. You can extend it like a combi or like a lighting stand. But this is one of the best tools to get lights over the set because when I talk about like far side key light, it's really tough to hide a light. So you usually have to rig it up, above camera so that it doesn't see it because you're looking in the direction of the light. So this makes it really handy. Or if you want to do top lights or if you want to do backlights, these things are super handy. I love the junior boom. I always use it on like almost every project, or at least I have it ready to go. It's such a fantastic tool. And then we're just counterbalancing it here with a couple sandbags.
We had the camera rigged up to this Dana dolly and it was underslung just because we wanted the camera and the lens to be almost level to the food so that when we pulled back, it felt like the camera was on top of the food. And that was one of the benefits of why we chose the Laowa probe lens, was because it gives you that macro wide feeling lens. And it's a common lens that they use on commercials and food videos as well. But one of the downsides, it's like a T14, I believe. So I needed to crank up my ISO, which was another reason why we chose the Sony Venice, was because it was dual ISO. I cranked up the ISO so it had no grain. And then I had to pump in a lot of light because T14, you need a lot of light to enter that small aperture. So that was one of the challenges of lighting that scene or that food shot.
I would like to have a Nucleus M, personally. I mean, you can send it to Chris and I can use it every single time. And I can give a shout out to you, I can do it in Spanish as well. Por favor, Nucleus M, mándame un Nucleus, mándaselo a... Por favor, señor, gracias.
For all my Spanish viewers out there, we got Miguel.
So it's 1:55 p.m. It's the update. We're working on our second last scene of the day where we have two subjects and their two friends are come out to Barcelos to eat together.
And a quick little lighting breakdown. Sometimes it's really nice to keep it natural. We literally just played the light bulbs. Kept it all natural. Didn't bring in any lights. We just turned off lights. So sometimes just start with a clean palette, turn off lights, and work your way there, and then kind of add some stuff. And for this one, we had some nice light bulbs over the tables. So we just used that, went all natural, didn't add anything, just for speed and time so the directors can get more shots. And yeah, it just looked really good. It was, yeah. Awesome. Thanks, man. So sometimes it's nice to just have it nice and natural. But yeah, so keep it simple, make it look good. So this is an ASMR video now. We're balancing our 600D with a CTO gel, so it's softer. We might booklight this and put a diffusion in front of it so it's extra soft. We're gonna use an Amarin light mat to wrap the key around, and it's gonna look really good. It's gonna look soft, give it a little eye light. We have some neg fill. So we got Mike here. He's gonna bring the eye light. This is gonna be the eye light. And so we're far side key lighting. So we have the shadow side here where the camera's facing, and the key light's on the opposite side. And it's just a big soft source because it's daytime. Once again, one source lighting, baby. We got our book light right here. A book light is when a light bounces into a bounce, and then it shoots through the diffusion, which makes it double soft, baby. And then we just have a flop here, killing one of those pot lights that we just couldn't turn off. So the flop up there is just killing that. And then we just have our Godox wrapping it around. So it's kind of like a big key. And then that allows us to get the light to spill everywhere. So it makes it look more like day when, day sun isn't really concentrated. It kind of spreads everywhere. So we want to have a spread. So we didn't put any siders on our book light because then it would just take it off completely off the wall and it just wouldn't feel like day. It would just feel too concentrated. And then we also have a 12 by solid here, just acting as neg fill. So that's it. And then we got our 37 mil as our close up, and it looks pretty freaking good.
Hey, Chris, can we stop talking and get to shooting?
All right. One more for focus. Yeah. We're shooting on the Sony Venice here right now, and we originally got this so that we could use the Sony Rialto, which is like basically where you separate the sensor from the body so that we could get a really small version of the Sony Venice. But we ended up not actually doing that, and we got the FX3 instead, just for like a faster workflow. Because once you install the Sony Rialto, it's just like, it's a lot of work to get it back. So we decided to go with the Sony FX3. So that's why we're kind of shooting on this, because we kind of like planned to shoot around it anyways, and it matches the FX3 really nicely. So what lenses are we using? That's a great question. Miguel, what lenses are we using?
We're using Tribe 7 by
This microphone, by the way? Or which one? Okay, sorry. Let's reset that. Sorry.
Okay.
That's my bad.
I chose by take.
Black. Here we're using the 7 Tribe Blackwing lenses by Bradford Young, the DP who shot Arrival. These are phenomenal lenses, very soft, and they're really fast. They're 1.9, some of them are 1.8. And we chose these because they cover full frame, which is for the Sony Venice. And basically, they just have that beautiful shallow depth of field, especially paired with the full frame. And they're just really soft and have really pleasing skin tones. And then we're also pairing with the probe lens, which is like a 24 millimeter T14. So you need a lot of light. And we also have the 12 mil Laowa. So 2 Laowa lenses and then the Blackwing lenses. Beautiful, beautiful lenses. Thank you, Bradford Young. We didn't get them from him. We got them from Keslo Camera. Pretend like this says Keslo. Yeah, so I think their characteristics are more so in the bokeh and the softness and just that kind of quality and the low contrast look. They're not crazy stylized, they're a cleaner look, but they have that softness. So it's kind of reminding me of a low contrast Cook lens. Here's Rob. So we got the FX3 here on like a little magic arm here, and it's sitting on a baby plate, which is sitting on a piece of wood where there's going to be food on it. And we're going to get a little POV of the, let's make sure, we'll make sure, sorry, I'm thinking about the lights, sorry guys. And then the plate is going to be sitting on the piece of wood, and we're going to get a POV of that, and it's going to look really, really cool. Nothing, let's shoot. That's pretty cool. All right, well, we're on set here. We're on our second location. We got our Sony Venice bagged up with a rain cover over here, and our second BTS guy even knows what's up. He's got it bagged up as well. But yeah, it's raining a lot, so yeah, we're here shooting a little car scene. The guy's gonna eat some chicken in the car. It's gonna be unreal. But yeah, we're in rainy Vancouver, so it's raining. So we make sure we bag the camera so that it's dry and not wet, and we send it back happy to some happy owners of this camera. I am getting Mike Pantea over there, Mike the Vike, to get a 300x with a diffusion frame just to raise the levels of our key light of the character inside the car, because the outside exposure is way greater than the exposure inside. So I just need to lift that exposure up a little bit so that it's not totally silhouetted and it looks a little bit more natural. And we're going to use a diffusion frame just to kind of, soften it up, because as you can tell, it's really overcast. And if I used a hard light, it would just not make sense. It would just be like, where's that hard sunlight coming from? It just wouldn't make sense. So we're going to try to diffuse it as much as possible. I don't know how much we're going to get away with diffusing it, because the 300X or D or whatever is not going to be able to compete potentially with the daylight outside, which reminds me, maybe we do the 600. Hey, Mike. On a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you?
Like 0.
Oh, wait, no. Rolling.
And action.
And yes, the wooden rail be whacked onto the hand.
All right, guys, it's day 2. We are at the last location, at the house location. It's going to look really cool. We're just setting up right now a 1200D to backlight our characters coming through the door, and we got a little tube light, key light going on. But yeah, it's day 2. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this. And I think this is going to be one of the best scenes of this commercial. So let's get in there. Come on, let's go find Miguel. Come on, let's go find the guy. What do you do on this production?
Oh, on this production, okay. Sorry. I'm a gaffer, head of lighting department. What did you ask? You asked me nothing, dude.
Hey, sir, what do you do on the set?
I am Chris.
Okay. These are horrible answers. Excuse me, sir, what do you do on the set?
I just have fun and try to just.
Everybody has such horrible answers.
Okay, guys, it's so early, Chris. I'm trying to upload footage, and this guy just camera right in my face. I'm like, yo, come on, man.
So Chris, if you had a choice to pick either camera or lenses to start with your production, which one would you choose?
Lenses for sure. That's what will make the difference in your image. All cameras are kind of getting the same now. The only difference is kind of like dynamic range, resolution, color space, things like that. But I honestly think camera technology is getting so good, even on the small cameras like this little Lumix, amazing. But what makes the difference is the lenses for sure, because that's what's going to give you the characteristics and the style from the camera. In my opinion, I think lenses, and there's so many out there, guys. Like, I know it seems like there might just be Sony or Canon and things, but guys, go on to like a rental house like Keslow, check out all the lenses that they have. There's hundreds of different lens sets, and they all make your image look completely different, and I think that's what tells the story.
So this scene was really simple. We had a beautiful 1200D blasting through the window as a backlight, and basically what we did, we cut that down a bunch because it was super powerful, and then we just had a 300 inside, just pushing through a diffusion frame and also a soft dome to cut off the spill from the sides, and that just gave a warm skin tone to the character and created a nice key light for him, and kind of acted as the lamp that we had in the corner. And then you can see I used a Leco attachment or spotlight attachment on another 300 just to raise up the fill side and the ambient level in the room, because it was feeling a little too contrasty on his fill side. I usually like to just play it raw dogging, but this time I just decided to lift up the exposure a little bit more on the fill side.
Okay, so the first thing I do when I show up to a set, this is our set here. We're going to set up this dinner scene, is that you can see the natural light in here is total dog. So what I do is I find the light switches and I turn off all the location houses, and I start with a clean palette. And then I think about, okay, where is all the light going to come from? Obviously, we're shooting a big wide first, and there's windows. So naturally, the light would come from the windows because it's daytime, right? So that's where I'm going to push my light source from. One source lighting, once again, is I'm going to push my key light, my one source from the windows. So what we have going on here is we have a 1200D, another 1200D, and a 600D, and these are all going to push through these windows at like a steep angle so that we can get a nice beam of light coming through, and also, adding these pockets of light in the house and raising that exposure up, and also acting as our key light for this table here. So that's what's happening, guys. That's how I approach lighting when we come to a new scene. Also, I planned this, but always turn off these lights because that's what's going to kind of like, you know, so it doesn't pollute your set. You want to take away all the factors from polluting your lighting on set. So yeah, make it easy for yourself. Start with a clean canvas and work your way up.
Yeah, this scene was really simple. We just pushed our aperture lights through those windows, and that basically just keyed the characters on the table. And also just, I played the hard light. I embraced it. I let that kind of spill out onto the floor and onto the table just to give some beautiful hot spots in the frame. And then I just used another 300X with a Source 4 or Spotlight attachment just to raise the ambient up a little bit. And I just used it as like a overhead kind of fill in a way, just to raise the shadows up, because it just felt a little too contrasty. But that was just my preference, and I kept it really simple. Just hard light on the ground, and just kind of, as the camera moved around, I maybe brought like a diffusion frame in or something just to kind of diffuse the faces, but leaving the hard light on their bodies and the table to make it feel a little bit more natural.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys learned some stuff. And also, we're starting a podcast called Open Gate. Go subscribe. It's gonna be really awesome. That's where we dive in with some amazing conversations with some amazing creatives in the industry, and really just like show you everything, like literally not keeping anything from you guys. So if you guys want to see that, subscribe to Open Gate. I'll leave a link down below, and subscribe to this guy's channel if it's out by the time.
Yeah, we're starting a new channel too. I'm inspired by Chris, you know,
and I'm inspired by Mike the Bike. And yeah, anyways, yeah, you guys are awesome, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And subscribe and leave a comment if you guys want to about your favorite part of this video and what you guys want to see in the next one. And we'll see you guys next time.
Hey,
done.
Yeah.